Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Courtney. I'm a stay-at-home mom, wife, and soon to be published author. And today we are going to do a quick little flip through of my personal rings. This is like my main planning system. I wanted to do a little, like a really quick update. I'm sorry, I'm drinking water because I'm so dehydrated. Um, Also, my husband got a 3D printer for Christmas, and he has printed me all these cute little like Hello Kitty things. Like, how cute is this? And my little coasters. He printed me a pink one and a red one. Adorable. Anyway, I realized in my last video where I was planning out my week, I was really very like low energy and a bit all over the place. And I am sorry about that. The start of the year was like very intense. And like I said, we all were kind of cycling through whatever illness was kind of floating around, and so I was like feeling behind because I hadn't been feeling well, and then just life is a lot right now. Life is a lot right now. And then one of the other, I mean, that's sort of like the overarching things that were kind of happening in the background. But one of the other things that I realized as I have been using my planner in the last, especially in the last week, but I think I felt it like all year, is that I really wasn't happy in how I had it set up. I still was kind of finding my way. I had been in a ring planner consistently for probably the last 2.5, maybe 3 years. And then I sort of got the itch to be in a bound book. And when I did that, I disassembled my ring planner, and that kind of threw me off because now I'm having to sort of rethink about my setup and how I'm using things and all of that. So I think that is also kind of what was throwing me off a bit. It's sort of like a love-hate relationship with rings, because one of the best things about being in a ring planning system is that you can kind of take it apart, switch it up, add things, take things out, do all of that. But it is also something that I really don't love about rings, just because I'm an anxious person, and having to do all of that gives me a great deal of anxiety. But here we are. So I took some time in the last day or so to kind of take everything apart, reconfigure my setup, add things, switch up my deco. Another thing that I have come to realize is that I had it because it's January, right? It's January, and I live in Ohio, where it is very cold, very dark, very much winter, and not like cozy winter vibes, like gray days that, the night starts at 4:30, the days are gray and cold, everything's dead. So like, it's not even like, the vibes are not good at all, and I don't enjoy that. Actually, after Christmas, I would prefer if winter was over, but I'm not in charge of those things, so here we are. So one of the things I did was take all of like the winter deco out of my planner, because that does not bring me joy. And one of my I joked with my friends that my motto for 2026 is Delulu is the Salulu, because why not? So in my brain, I am living in eternal spring because that is my favorite season. So I took all of the winter deco out. I swapped from my indigo Moterm back into my much loved, very much lived in apricot. And so here we have it. I have taken a cue from some of the Filofax girlies and added this little like charm bracelet lanyard situation. I'm not sure what we're calling it. And then I have a little bit of deco in the pocket. So this is my Hello Kitty gift card from Starbucks. And then I just have a white doily. I have this pink bookmark from, I ordered before Simply Create Doodles closed down her shop. And so I just have that kind of peeking out of the pockets. My if found card, case of emergency card. My husband also made me some stencils on his 3D printer. So I have that one and I have this one. So that's what's happening with the pockets. This was a freebie from someone. Faded Chronicle maybe when I got my planner, can't remember. And then I just have some stickers back here, my latest glasses prescription, all of that. So I bought some digital paper on Etsy and printed out some to make up like some dashboards and give it a little bit of flair. I think one of the other things that I was struggling with, and I was watching Elena's videos yesterday, and she changed the name of her channel. What is it called? Oh, her channel is called Boldly Inked, I think. But anyway, in one of the videos I was watching yesterday, she was saying that when she was in her FCC, that it had just become like pure function and that she was missing some of the fun. And I think that is also why I was struggling a little bit. I had made it very functional because I think that's just kind of what I was craving at the time. And like I said, had gotten into the habit of it being that way. I don't really enjoy change that much, so I just was kind of going with it. And I think that sort of sowed the seeds of discontent. But instead of throwing the baby out with the bathwater, as the saying goes, I was like, duh, you can just swap everything out, change where everything is, and go with it. So I layered this little piece of acetate. It's all that I have left of this. I got it at Michael's a million years ago. Over this dashboard that I made with some digital paper. And then this was a freebie a long time ago from the Fox and Pip. I think she kind of did a fundraiser after the death of Kate Spade for, I think it was like the National Suicide Prevention Hotline or something. And so she sold these for like $1 or $2. And I bought this then, and I've had it ever since, and I just kind of dug it out of my stash and added it to the front with some lace ribbon. And then on the back side, I just swapped out another little like collage that I had on a different piece of cardstock and put it on this like cute little chicken cardstock, which I think you'll see more of. And then I just have this vellum, don't know where that's from. This Polaroid frame was from Simply Create Doodles, and this is a photo of my husband and I, my daughter's college graduation. This, I also bought the journaling, the January journaling kit from Journaling Home. And so I have that just mixed in various places in my planner. I moved my journaling section to the front. I had been I think in November, I started doing sort of small, short, cute little daily journaling prompts in order to help me build that habit, and I've been enjoying it. So these are the January prompts from Journaling Home. I have them all in the front, and then I just printed out some pages and I'm doing my journaling on there. And then I also have this bookmark marking where I am in my journaling. I just made this on Canva and printed it out and laminated it. Just going to pop it back in here. So yeah, I just have a bunch of these printed out. If I need more, I will add them. And then I have some family photos just in this plastic sleeve from Amazon, I'm pretty sure. So that is my husband and I. That is my dad with my youngest when he was like two and a half. That is me and my husband and our son. Well, we were snow tubing that day. And then these are photos of my husband and I at roughly the same age. I think we're both like 4 here. And then my husband and I went to the St. Andrew's Ball I think it was in November. And so that is my husband in a kilt, and I will never get over that. If you have any occasion for the male person in your life to wear a kilt, take it. This is, I think I'm going to punch holes in this, but when we were visiting my daughter and her family in Hawaii over the summer, we were at, I think, Barnes and Noble or something, and I bought some postcards, and this is the one that my granddaughter picked out specifically for me, because it was like buy 3 or 4 for a certain price, and this is the one that she picked out. So I want to punch it and keep it in here first of all, because it was an amazing trip. Got to be in the room when my grandson was born, and it's Hawaii, and it's the beach and the sun, and that is one of my favorite things. So I need to punch that in here. This is an envelope that came with my Sterling ink order. And I punched it and put it in here. One of the things I did for the winter solstice was to, you write down sort of 13, like things, I don't know, like hopes, goals, whatever you want to call them. And then on each night of the solstice, you burn one and sort of release it into the world. And the 13th one is the one that you keep, and that is the one that you work on manifesting for yourself throughout the year. And so I just have my 13th one did I say like you write them down all on a little pieces of paper, obviously, and burn them. And so the 13th one I have tucked in here. And then this is my kind of calendar section to begin with. So I just have a sticky note hub, a piece of acetate that I got from Joanne, RIP Joanne. And then these are my monthly inserts from, I'm using the inserts from Sterling Ink. I do have this fold out from Peanuts Planner Co. I am tracking birthdays, and I'm also tracking like my son's sick days on here. And then this is a yearly tracker from Haru Plans. I am tracking my sort of like health symptom stuff on here. So just when I'm not feeling well, whether it's like allergies, sort of that respiratory cough, congestion, when I use my inhaler, gastro issues, headaches, and when I have to take over-the-counter meds for anything. This is just the 2026 yearly overview. I just put a sticker from Happy Planner on the bottom. This is the key to my mood log. So I am just using this as my mood log. I use a color for how I'm feeling that day, and then I have also been trying to write sort of a word that may sum up things. Like I'm not necessarily like, this was a kind of sad day, but just like here I was sad because I was still feeling sick, and I just kind of was tired of feeling sick. This was just like a general sad day. I was sad here because I was annoyed about a lot of things and whatever. These are my monthlies. They are functional. I'm tracking my sleep at the bottom, my anxiety and depression. Over here, they're color coded so I know which one is which. So yeah. And then I just have a few lists in the back of my monthlies. I don't know where else to put them right now, so this is where they are living. More sticky notes. I got the cottage set of Tombos for Christmas, so I just kind of did a quick swatching here. This is my fasting blood sugar log. I created this dopamine menu in Canva just when I'm like feeling anxious or need some sort of pick-me-up. This is just a reminder of things that I can do that may help me feel a little better. So whether it's listening to music, I sometimes forget that because I don't think like music is not the media that I take in regularly, if that makes sense. Like I would, if I'm going to like do something media related, it is either read a book, listen to a podcast, listen or watch YouTube, that sort of thing, or like something on TV. Music isn't the thing that I naturally gravitate to, but when I listen to music, it always helps my mood. So I'm trying to remember that. And I think it's just like a different part of your brain that you switch on. So anyway, whether it's listening to music, going for a walk, just not even necessarily like doing a tarot spread. Sometimes it's just the act of like shuffling my cards that is sort of grounding for me. Take myself out for a coffee, read a book, buy myself flowers, light a candle, get dressed up just because I want to, journal, take a bath, work out. Yes, I do not enjoy working out, but I always feel better when I do, which is like really annoying. Dr. Pepper, because Dr. Pepper is life. Just some stickies there. This is what I'm really using as an inbox. I don't need a whole section, so I usually will just write things on sticky notes and stick them on here. And then these are the weeklies that I am using from Sterling Ink. This is a photo of my husband and I from our engagement photos. So yeah, these are the Flex weeklies from Sterling Ink. Y'all, I'm trying with these. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try to stick them out at least, or stick it out. But I'm not really enjoying them the way that I thought I was going to. So we'll see. But this is the current week. It is what it is. And then this is from that Journaling Home pack. And then we sort of go into my goals section. I wanted to move my goals into my weekly section because I should be doing things weekly, or I break down my goals weekly, and this I think will make sure that I am working on them like I need to. So these are just my areas of my goals. These are questions for my weekly reflections. I did do my reflections for last week and put them in here. And then this is just sort of my goals for the year. This is quarterly, which you see I still haven't broken those down quarterly. And then I have January, February, and March. And then it just goes into like my weekly actions. This is some deco. I have wanted like one of those dashboards from, I think it's Catspresso Co., but every time I go to order one, she's sold out of the size of planner that I'm in. So I just kind of made one myself. This is like a hard plastic. I want to say it came in like a Filofax. I'm not sure where I got it from. And then I had some of like those like plastic pocket inserts. I bought them in a pack from Amazon, and I just cut them up and glued them on here so that I have pockets to add deco to. So I printed this from Canva. There's more of that leopard print paper behind here. This is a sticker. This Hello Kitty library card was a freebie from my minimal planner. Photo of me and my youngest on the back. This is a sticker. This I made. 5 is, I have 5 kids, and so they are really my whole heart, and so I made that to remember them. Journaling home, and then we go into my January pages. So these are, this monthly brain dump is from Planner Room Shop, really enjoying that. Then I just have a listing insert to mark my wins for January. I have been using this running task list to kind of try it out. Not sure if I'll continue, but it's still in here. And then this is, these are my January pages. I had this insert customized from Crefective Paper. It is a standard TN insert, and they resized it for me for personal rings. So I do my gratitude here, my monthly meal planning. I have my monthly habit tracker. These are freebies from Sleepy Notes Club. So I have my goals, just crossing off the days, and then we go into my daily pages. Kind of sprinkled in some of those sheets from Journaling Home. So I have added these little kind of mini pages from my pocket rings for like show and book quick reviews. So I watched the show Runaway. I watched that documentary. It wasn't a series, it was just one episode or one show. This is from Journaling Home. So this is sort of where we are now. You can see I'm just using this running task list for chores. And then this was last week. It's Sunday currently. And then I have the rest of the month punched in here. These are just some paper, like lined paper inserts that I got from, can't remember the name of the shop, Kaylani Designs, maybe. And then this is just like a plastic pouch that I got on Amazon. So I have pictures of my grandkids in here. And then this kind of photo strip of my husband and I. This is like more of that digital paper I bought off of Etsy. And then this is kind of my work section. So I did a little collage moment here, digital paper, ribbon, some stickers, and then more on the back. So this is just like a running task list for stuff. I have a month on one page that I am using for content. This is for like reels and short form content. And then I just have a bunch of notes pages stuck in here. This cover was on just like a notebook that I had from Amazon. I cut it off and cut it down. And this is just like a bunch of different notes, pages, papers, anything goes back here. And then this last section is just like passwords, contacts, like my spending log and finance stuff is all in here. And I just made that on Canva. Page lifter, I added a sticky like pen holder that I got in Amazon. So I have a Tombow, and then I just have my ballpoint pen like clipped on here as well. And then I have the multi-pin that I am using for my tracking on my monthly pages in here. A few of my cards. This is really old from Planner Room Society. And then I have some date stickers and then some more stencils. These are kind of to-do mini pages that I stuck in here. Some sticky notes, and then this stencil is from Watch Becca Plans. And then this stencil my husband made for me as well. So that is kind of my setup. I'm feeling a lot more excited, happy to be in here, productive, all of that stuff. So yeah, that is the setup that I am rolling into the last half of January with. Hopefully it sort of kicks me out of my rut, or I don't know what I was feeling about my setup before, but that is all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. If you want to see more videos from me, don't forget to click the subscribe button down below, like, share, comment, do all of the YouTubey things, and I will see you next time.